No, 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 still not working. I know, I know, I know. I saw the bar. Okay, okay. That's wrong. That's the wrong microphone. Yeah. See, but the thing is, that's the wrong microphone. It's my Shure, but it should be going from a different thing. Hang on. System sound. That's weird. Okay, how about this? Let me know. Can y'all hear the clicking? Did y'all hear clicking on my mouse? A little? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna figure it out later, but we're gonna do this again. I don't know why that's happening. It shouldn't have been. Everything was working fine. Everything was working freaking fine on Saturday. What the hell? Fuck it. Who cares? Okay. Well, I'm back. I drove 9 miles out of my way because I took the wrong exit because I can't read apparently. But I took the exit for Charleston instead of the exit for Charlotte. But that's what I get for being late to my fingerprinting. So we're going to talk. We got a lot of things to talk about. Trump gave us two really awesome things to talk about today. The shit going on in Texas, wild shit going on. That I mean, honestly, the shit going on in Texas reminds me of the was it 1802 election? Goose Fraba. I don't know what that means. And then we got some shit going on here in Colombia. I don't know if y'all have seen the news, but we had a guy stab someone at USC. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, a magistrate judge, let that dude out on a $10,000 bond, which is beautiful. Someone hasn't seen the movie Anger Management. I actually think it's one of what's his name's best movies. So I have seen it several times. Why do my eyes look wonky to y'all? Like, does it look like one eye is open more than the other? Maybe I'm having a stroke. Y'all are gonna hear me in the middle of the stream going, and I'm just my whole left face is just gonna start drooping. Oh, oh, dude, I don't remember that kind of detail. Well, Breezy, I'm not gonna even highlight that because that's just rude. The good thing is, it looks like StreamYard is working right. It looks like there's no more delay and crap like that there was in the past, which I'm very happy about. Okay, so let's start with Texas. So I know Jake talked a lot about this probably. All right, Brisket, I am. So the gate is opening when I'm speaking, so you should be able to hear typing, but I don't think you'll hear it as much, and you should not hear it at all when I'm not talking. So let's see if you heard that. Yes. What? Did you hear it or didn't you hear it? What are we doing? Oh, well. And now I think Mary Ann's just messing with me. So Texas. Let's talk about Texas. Who gives a crap about my keyboard? It's a fun thing. Who cares? So Texas had their primaries on Tuesday. And there were some pretty good results. Dan Crenshaw lost. Jasmine Crockett lost. The problem with Jasmine Crockett losing, though, is, I mean, she was going to keep talking and give them a whole bunch of stuff to campaign against for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, 8 months, actually, 8 months. This James Tallarico guy, holy shit, this guy is nuts. Let's start with him. That God. Now we're not going to watch the whole thing. That's a minute 41. But let's start with him claiming that God is non-binary.
To 15 hours of testimony on this bill. The worst part for me,
he's really quiet,
was the number of Christians who used scripture to justify hurting children. Even on this.
Well, so this is what's really funny. So I'm making an assumption here based off of intelligence. He's getting ready to sit there and talk to us about how this bill, HB 25, and I'm going to look that up, and I'll bet you that this is a bathroom bill or it's an anti-trans bill or something relating to health and nutrient standards to promote healthy living, authorizing a civil penalty. Okay, but can I get where's the short title? I don't want the bill itself. They're supposed to have a short title that kind of tells you a quick little summation of what it is about. CSHB 25 seeks to establish the Texas Nutrition Advisory Committee to develop nutritional guidelines for Texas residents and, among other provisions, establish food product labeling and disclosure requirements to warn consumers about certain ingredients, update certain physical education curriculum requirements for school districts, and make them applicable to open enrollment charter schools. Requires the State Board of Education to adopt state curriculum standards that include nutrition instruction established by the advisory committee, provides for an elective course on nutrition and wellness for a high school program. I like that. Requires nutrition education coursework for students at institutions of higher education. Conditions certain state grants and awards on an institution of higher education developing a required nutrition curriculum, and creates certain continuing education requirements regarding nutrition and metabolic health for licensed physicians, physician assistants, nurse, and dietitians. So, there's a criminal justice impact. It is the committee's opinion that this bill does not expressly create a criminal offense, increase the punishment for an existing criminal offense or category of offenses, or change the eligibility of a person for community supervision, parole, or mandatory supervision. So this bill literally basically says, hey, in high school, let's offer a class that people can take on how to eat healthy. Let's create standards on what healthy food is, and let's align it with the newly formed Make America Healthy Commission in the federal government. So James Satan here is saying that this bill is going to hurt children, and that Christians have been sitting here using scripture to say we should hurt children. Let's see what he's going to keep saying.
Florida today, a member tried to justify a hateful amendment in the name of God's law. So let's talk about that. The first 2 lines of the Bible, the first 2 lines in Genesis, use 2 different Hebrew words to describe God. One is the masculine Hebrew noun for divinity. The second is the feminine Hebrew noun for spirit.
Okay. Hang on. So he's sitting here trying to say that the earliest definitions of God are binary, that God is both male and female. Does Hebrew have male and female gendered language? Okay, yeah, it does. Hebrew word for spirit. Female. Waf says, can we ask him what he thinks his own sex is? This dude is. So this is what's so funny. This guy is the guy that the Texas Democratic Party put out as the face of their resistance back in, what was that, June? When Greg Abbott called the special session to redraw the maps and do like 3 or 4 other things. And he led their resistance. He was like, well, we're going to leave. We're going to go out to Chicago and DC and New York. And he was on the news every day. And if you go back to those videos and the live streams I had during that period, you'll see me sitting there telling y'all, this guy is going to become the face of the Democratic Party in Texas. He's going to run for either governor or senator in 2026, and he's going to end up losing. So I've got 2 of 3 right so far. Let's see if I can be 3 or 3.
God is both masculine and feminine and everything in between. God is non-binary.
I must have missed that lesson when I was doing my Our Father. I don't ever remember doing an Our Mother. I don't remember Jesus saying, when you pray, pray to our mother. I don't remember. Does anyone else remember that? Wasp, I don't think he has something to hit.
In Genesis 1:26, God speaks of God's self in the plural, saying, let us make human beings in our image to be like us. That's the infinite multitude of God, the masculine, the feminine, and everything in between.
This dude is dangerous. This guy is sitting there. He's doing the very calm. He's talking very calmly because what he wants is the person that disagrees with him. He wants the person that's going to yell about it. He wants the when Jay's doing Welcome to the Rebellion and Jay gets really amped up and he starts yelling and criticizing someone. That's what this guy wants, because this guy wants to be able to sit there and go, you know what? I'm just sitting here talking to you. I'm giving you my opinion. I'm not screaming at you. I'm being very reasonable. Look at the guy over here. This guy is screaming. He is calling me names. He is defaming me. This guy is, you know what, Wasp? I bet you he is a lawyer. James Tallarico. No, actually, he's not. He was actually a public school teacher, which is even honestly more terrifying. But what we want in our politicians is actually some fucking fire and fury. That's what we want. Sorry, I was talking way too quietly. That felt weird. What's up, Hokies? What's up, Jose? The new job is going very well. I was late because I was having to go get fingerprinted, for which they don't use ink anymore. They don't do ink. They're electronic fingerprints. So now I'm in the system. But I had to go get fingerprinted because there's another license I have to get. Hogan's right, and so is Wasp. Wasp wants balls in politics, which this guy definitely does not have any. Oh, I love this one. This one was really funny.
Our southern border should be like our front porch.
And again, he's using Southern colloquialisms to get people to like him.
There should be a giant welcome mat out front. Our southern border should be like our front.
Our southern border should be like our front porch. There should be a giant welcome. You know what's on my front porch? A mat that says, "Come back with a warrant." And I'm waiting to get one that says, "Come back with a warrant and level 4 plates." That's what my front porch says. I don't want strangers in my house. You don't get to show up and get inside of my house, our property, my property, just because you're from a bad place. And again, this is the dichotomy of the retards that are liberals. So I can open up Twitter right now. In fact, let's do this. Okay. I'm going to open a different one because I don't want to forget what this guy said. So let's open up Twitter. And let's search international law. I'm going to be very careful because there might be some shit in here. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay. Let's see. International shoot. Oh, that's 23rd. I'm gonna bookmark that. I'm gonna want to read that later. I'm looking for like a significant account, like a politician. I think I have, let's make that a little smaller. I think I've got some bookmarked. So let me see if I can find them. I've been bookmarking a lot of shit lately. Um, oh, that's another thing we're going to talk about. I can't find it, but so there are all of these very prominent politicians, influencers, all these dumbasses that were going out the other day and talking about how Donald Trump had violated international law and how damn, where was I going to go with this? Welcome in up front. Oh, yeah, yeah. How he had violated international law and that the law said you had to do this and this and this. And what I find so funny is you've got these politicians, these Democrats sitting there saying that Donald Trump um, has violated international law and he should be impeached or whatever. And then you got this dumbass saying that our front porch should be like our southern border should be like our front porch with a giant welcome mat out. Well, what's so funny is you want to welcome in the Venezuelans that have illegally entered our country. You do. I mean, we know you do. Well, let's pull up the world map, okay? So, in order to claim asylum, that is a tiny ass map. Well, I'm going to use a world map. I'm not going to use Google Maps because I got shit on Google Maps. In order to claim asylum in holy shit. What? Oh my god, there's ads everywhere. If you're in Colombia and you decide I'm being persecuted in Colombia, I need to leave and go somewhere else. I want to go claim asylum. The Colombia has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 countries you can leave and claim asylum. In order to legally claim asylum, you must claim it in the first country that you arrive in. So when you get all these people from South America, from the Middle East, traveling through Canada, Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Mexico, they have already broken the law. Because if you're Colombian and you want to claim asylum and you say, I want to claim asylum in the United States of America, and you enter Panama, Panama is the only country you are allowed to claim asylum in. It's the way international law works. So why do you care about international law when it comes to destroying the leader of the world's #1 sponsor of terrorism, but you don't care about international law when it comes to our country's immigration policy? I mean, we know why. Because you think these people are going to vote for you. That's why you want them here. Exactly. The law only applies when it's something someone other than a Democrat wants. No, I don't search that shit. So he got what? A bad Google image result? And when did this happen? Oh yeah, no, I mean it's the way the Instagram's all their algorithms work. Okay. Um I think I got more about this idiot. This was hilarious. I'm a big fan of this one. I cannot believe this did not work.
Sliding, I'm riding through the back like Mustard on a beat, bro. Deep boat in rap. He a freak though. Man down, call like Ember Lambs. Tell him breathe. Let them boys to the cross, they walk around like thieves.
I'm really gonna miss the antics, aren't y'all? Like, it was really fun to laugh at her being just a dumbass. Like, it was fun. I'm gonna miss them. We only have like 300 more days of it. Really disappointed. Because you know she wouldn't have won. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait, shit. It's 5 o'clock. Oh, okay. Hang on. We're going to do a little bit non-legal thing here. Okay. Is it on YouTube? Bandai Namco. They said 5 o'clock. Anybody got what this Bandai Namco thing is? I was really hoping someone was telling me. So Hokies, it was 1500 PDT, which should be 5 o'clock Eastern, right? No, it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock PBT. Okay, easy. We got 9 minutes. We'll figure it out. I'll figure out what it is in 9 minutes. But I saw this. I saw this the other day, so y'all have to see it too. This is an Iranian woman's self defense. Okay. Are y'all watching? Y'all trust me. Watch this. Watch.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Dude, I almost fell out of my chair laughing my ass off at that. That is probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So I wanted to do several videos this week. They did not happen. And they didn't happen for a couple reasons. One, I was a little lazy. In fact, I've only streamed once this week. This is only my second stream. I've been lazy this week. Honestly, I've been lazy since I started the job. Should have been better about it. We're gonna get back to videos. I promise. Still gotta get those last 800 hours and another 376 subscribers. So we still got a push to make. I still want to get there, but I've just been a little lazy when it comes to YouTube. I think it's understandable. But one of the videos was going to be about the War Powers Act. Because one of the things that really annoyed me was you had all these people sitting here talking about how what Donald Trump was doing was illegal. You know, we already kind of spoke about how you had all these people talking about the about international law, which is complete bullshit. You know what? You want to know what international law is? International law is whatever the fucking president of the United States says it is. Because until the United States does not subsidize 40% of the planet's militaries, then when that happens, then you can sit there and talk about international law. But at the end of the day, it's whatever the guy with the black Doritos that fly says it's what it is. So, one of the things that really annoyed me is you've got all of these news people and these Democrats that suddenly care about the power of Congress. And it's pretty clear over the last 50 years that Congress has delegated much of their war power to the president. Congress doesn't want to declare war because they don't want to lose their seats. In fact, I mean, they've been doing this ever since Korea. You know, they gave I don't know, was it Eisenhower? They gave Eisenhower the power to send in expeditionary forces because they didn't want to declare war. They did it with Nixon and JFK and all of them during Vietnam. They did it for Clinton during Bosnia. They did it for Clinton during the first Gulf War. They did it for Bush, Barack, Trump, Biden. They did it for all of them. But suddenly you care about whether or not Congress was notified, and you care about whether or not Congress was allowed to vote on it. So here's the deal. The War Powers Act requires the president to do a couple of things. A, it requires congressional notification within 48 hours of any military action. It does not describe what that communication has to be. For a very long time, it has been basically a sit-down communication with the Gang of Eight. The Gang of Eight are senior members of Congress. They are the president of the Senate, the president pro tem of the Senate, which in this case is John Thune, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, those are two, the leader of both parties in the House and the Senate. So that's four people because Mike and John are the Republican leaders. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. There's four. And then the ranking member and the senior member. The ranking member and the chairman of the House and Senate Intelligence Committees. So another four people, the Gang of Eight. That's how they come up with the name. And Marco Rubio sat down and notified the Gang of Eight during 24 hours after the first bombs were dropped. Did his job. Now, the president has 60 to 90 days to do basically whatever the fuck he wants. Now, I think if, he was going to drop a nuclear bomb, the Congress should probably vote on that. Okay? Something that is that drastic, maybe we need a vote on. But to sit there and act like Donald Trump is doing something so different, then don't forget that it was Barack Obama who dropped hundreds of thousands of bombs on Yemen and didn't really tell anyone. And the news didn't tell us. Don't forget that was Barack Obama that ordered the extrajudicial killing of an American citizen living abroad, something we now know to be a violation of the Constitution. Something that a lot of us already knew was a violation. What's up, Sean? Hoagie says they did not get rid of the powers to go after any country that helped 9/11, including giving haven to terrorists. Iran satisfy that. They did not get rid of the power to go after any country that helped. Yeah, sure. Did I say something wrong? Ooh, wow, 16-hour days. That sucks. But I was telling someone earlier today, Wasp, being extra busy, being really busy is a lot better than the alternative. And I've had that. Y'all were there 2 months ago when I lost my job and I wasn't busy. And that sucked. Like, that was terrible. It's so funny because I just saw my job listed and it's for like they want to hire someone and pay. Oh, YouTube Bandai Namco just started a stream and I'm on the channel and it just okay, that was weird. No, I'm not muted. Stop that, Sean. I am not muted. Was I muted for a second? Oh, glitch. Tell me if. Hang on. Let's see. Can you hear me right now? Skipped a couple words. Okay, I think it was probably just because I was pausing the stream that had started. Okay, Bandai Namco announced that they've got a. Okay, great. They announced that they've got a new RPG on the way, so I'm really curious what this is going to be. I've been waiting for like 2 days now. So I know that I'm totally interrupting the stream. Let's talk about this real quick. So Tina Smith, who is Tina Smith? Oh, she's a senator from Minnesota, New Mexico. No, well, all right. Does anyone else think it's weird when you are born in one state and you end up a senator or a representative for a whole different state? So Tina Smith was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and she's now the junior senator from Minnesota. I just think that's weird. I mean, I get it. People, absolutely. Okay, let's say this. I think it's weird how often it happens for senators and representatives. That's what's weird for me. Where's this thing? So Tina Smith said that she was hand delivered this note. Exactly. Said that this was from a Minnesota student. I think you should get ICE out of Minnesota. They are taking people from their homes. One of my friends had to move to Texas because she was scared that ICE will take her and her family. I have not seen her in 2 months, so you should get rid of ICE. So she says that she was just hand delivered this. What I thought was really funny was this. The kid only spelled 23% of these words correctly, and I'm supposed to listen to him. I think it's going to be some bullshit Japanese RPG thing. That's breezy. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, if the characters aren't anime, even if it's a realistic looking anime game where, well, no, you're right. That looks no, I'm out. Damn it. I was so excited. I was so excited. Oh my God, I'm so angry. Okay, let's talk more about bullshit. So where were we before I interrupted ourselves? Let's listen to the wife of a army man talk badly about the war and Trump. That's where I was. I was hoping it was from software. Anyone already seen this? I have not. Is it worth looking for?
Lives of courageous American heroes may be lost. And
now let's remember. So there have been, at least from last night, 4 American servicemen that have died during this thing. All 4 have died from a single missile that hit a tactical operations center in Kuwait, I believe.
we may have casualties. That often happens in war.
If you voted for this, I want you to know that I hate you. I mean that.
Okay.
I hate you.
Okay.
And that's not just me speaking out of fear or sadness as the spouse of an active duty service member, although I am profoundly sad and incredibly terrified right now. But I still mean it when I say that if you voted for this, I hate you. And if you know me in real life and you're watching this and you're shocked because you're thinking to yourself, well, I voted for this and I know Kendall and I know that she couldn't possibly hate me. She knows me. I want you to know it goes for you too. In fact, not only does it go for you too, I hate you twice as much as the strangers that voted for this.
Okay.
And you are delusional if you think that you get to look me in my eyes and tell me that you care about me while actively cheering on the man who made it very clear from the very beginning that he would happily send my husband, my soulmate, to die in a foreign country. This is monstrous. It's monstrous. They struck a school building. More
no,
than
they
50 little
didn't.
Girls.
God. If you're going to copy Vox and every other liberal news outlets lies, can you go with the ones that haven't already been disproved by everyone? Can you go with the ones that Iran didn't use AI to create? Can you go with the ones that they didn't use videos from 2020 to make you think are real? Look, there are plenty of things to disagree with Donald Trump on. Did I necessarily want this to start? No. Am I happy the Ayatollah is dead? I'm not angry. I ain't angry about it. The leader of the #1 state sponsor of terrorism on the planet, dead? Not a bad thing in my book. Sean, be safe, man. Not a bad thing. Am I upset that people died, that Americans died? Absolutely. I hope every one of them gets to be buried with highest honors. I want Donald Trump on the tarmac. I want a salute for 40 minutes. I remember one video of a soldier. I don't remember if he was a SEAL or some, thing, or if he was just a normal soldier. He was talking about how he was coming home from a mission and they had like 40 casualties. There were a whole lot of people that died on this mission. And he came home and he was standing on the tarmac saluting as they were taking off the C-1 or C-17 or whatever it was. And he remembered watching Barack Obama salute the entire time. And it was like 40 minutes. And you remember, and he gave an interview, I think it was with Rogan. And he talked about how, Barack Obama earned my respect that day. I didn't agree with his political decisions. I didn't agree with things he said. But for him to stand there and do that when he didn't necessarily have to, He earned my respect. So I'm of the same mind that to sit there, especially if this chick is the wife of an active duty serviceman. I mean, can you imagine being over there fighting for your nation, getting ready to hop in a battle tank or getting ready to hop in a F-16 or whatever, and you get told, hey, dude, when you get back, check out TikTok and see what your wife posted. I would be mortified. There would be a call home that night telling her to shut the fuck up.
Are dead this morning because of the man
Liar.
you installed. And the most powerful
installed. I voted for him. How dare you talk like I installed him? Like we forced out someone else and placed him there. You want to know? You want to know who was installed, little bitch? Fine. You want to get mad? I'll get fucking angry right now. You want to know who was installed? How about fucking Kamala Harris? Y'all kicked out the guy that won your fucking primaries. You refused to host other primaries to actually have an actual fucking nominee. You picked a drunk bitch who slept her way to every single position of power she's ever had because you wanted a brown woman in the fucking White House. That's what y'all installed someone. That's what you did. How dare you speak like a democratically elected, someone who went through every single primary and won every single primary was installed. Someone who survived assassination attempts was installed. Fuck you, bitch. This too. If you don't want the job, don't take the job. You're not forced to.
In the world. That's on you. And I don't know how you're going to live with yourself with that knowledge. Probably an unhealthy dose of delusion and lack of empathy for anyone else on this planet. But I can say that I don't have to live with you. I don't have to have you in my life. I don't have to have monsters in my life. And at this point, if you're still supporting this administration, you're a monster. You are a monster. You are irredeemable trash. And frankly, I do not care. The one thing I will say, I apologize to my mother for any shocked and upset phone calls she gets from people in my hometown about this video, but
I think I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to apologize to my mother because I get a feeling when I get up there, she's going to look at me and go, Caleb, let's talk about the way that you spoke on camera. I'll admit that.
I'm not sorry for making it because I want you to know. I want you to know how deep my hatred for you runs right now if you voted for this. You.
And I'm really annoyed because they've cut off the very end that shows the username. Because what I've done in the past is, and again, I mean, nose ring, we knew that. Also, we can tell she's got a ring light. So she's not some random person.
For the
okay, is this another one? March 1st. So these are the same days. Different clothing, but you can change clothes multiple times a day. I do.
to American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more.
You want to know what really pisses me off
Isn't it the same video?
about this as the wife of an active duty service member? It's that I know conservatives will
Wow, that was terrible subtitles.
defend the flippant way that he just spoke about the deaths of service members.
All right, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that Trump has the greatest candor in the world. He doesn't. but that's the way he speaks about everything. Like, come on. I mean, he doesn't. What do you want him to do? You want him to be fucking Theodore Roosevelt? Which would be awesome, by the way. I'd love another Teddy. You want him to be fucking Eisenhower? We're not going to get that. Okay? Stop sitting here trying to put everyone on a pedestal of these great, amazing orators. They lied and Bangs died. She also doesn't have enough hair up front to actually have full bangs, which is funny.
And I know they would absolutely flip their if any Democrat ever talked about every MAGA as a promise.
Hang on.
My mouth shut. You don't get to tell service members or their families to keep our mouths shut because it makes it more fun for you to send our loved ones to die when we're quiet. If you're going to send my husband, my soulmate, to die in a foreign country, I'm going to make it every bit as uncomfortable for you as I can every step of the way. I will become MAGA's worst nightmare.
This lady cusses more than I do. And that's saying something. But what annoys me is we already know she's definitely attempting to be an influencer because she's got the whole ring light. Normal people don't have those. Normal people do not have ring lights. So I already know it's bullshit. But what I wanted to see the username because I wanted to pull up her TikTok and see just how much bullshit it was. But unfortunately, they've cut it out of both videos they posted. It's unfortunate because I bet it would have been funny. This was pretty great. Okay, so let's talk about Kristi Noem. I don't think Kristi Noem was doing a bad job. Does anyone think that this is a firing, or do you think it's a move Hurt out of the way, get this other guy, and have two people that are both pro-Trump, pro-MAGA? Or do you think it's an actual, do you think Trump is disguising the firing as a promotion in a way? Haven't been paying enough attention. Stop talking people out of. Yeah, so that's Hokies. That's my concern now. Regarding that, we are taking a Republican out of the Senate, out of the reddest state in the entire country. So if we're gonna take a vote out of the Senate, that's the right state to do it in, because the governor will just appoint another one of, and the governor will probably appoint someone that's very similar to, what is his name? Mullins, right? Yeah, Mark Wayne Mullen. Yeah, look, good point. Why can't we fire Bondi? So here's the thing. I am now at the point where I'm ready for her to go. For the first, let's say, 7-8 months, I was on her side because they had been doing a very good job in the Supreme Court. Okay. And again, nothing's going to happen to anyone in those files. No one's getting arrested. Yeah, The good thing is going to be us finding out who the fucking creeps are, but nothing's going to happen to them. Now, I will change that statement when Andrew gets actually indicted and put in prison. If Britain puts Andrew in prison, I will absolutely change that statement and say let do everything. But until someone ends up in prison, I don't think anything's changing in that world. What I want to see happen is pass the SAVE Act, get the fucking exactly. That's the judge's fault. See, that's the thing. That's the judge's fault. It's not Bondi's fault. That's what annoys me is we've got all these judges that, I mean, I don't know if they've just been waiting in the wings, if they've just been sleeping, if we've been sleeping, and now finally we're awake and we understand, oh shit, these people, maybe they really are retarded and idiots. But it blows my mind how terrible I saw that. That blew my mind. Did y'all see that? That Thune decided not to hold a vote on the SAVE Act because wasn't it Tillis, senator from North Carolina, was too busy attending a dog parade in the Senate hallways or something like that? Fucking dumbasses. They have the votes, Hokies. They absolutely have the votes. That Thune just won't call it because now he's using it as an attack to keep Coleman in. He wants to force Trump's hand to side with Coleman against Paxton. And I really hope he doesn't do it. I really hope good point, Clyde. Okay, we're gonna watch this real quick. This was really funny. I loved this.
San Miguel in Mexico. He doesn't have a job. He's not able to provide. And he said his Spanish isn't even that great because he hasn't been there for 30 years and it's hard for him to communicate. Do you see the pain of families like Miguel Lopez, someone who did not commit a violent crime but has been separated from his family and is not providing, is not working?
Congressman,
do you see that pain?
Did he have a criminal record?
Did Mr. Lopez have a criminal record? In 1995, he pled to a lesser nonviolent charge. But do you see the pain?
I do see the pain, and I wish people would do things correctly. If they're not in legal status in this country, they can return home. We will pay for them to return home.
Yeah.
I hope he got the $2,600 he could have gotten.
Do you think that makes up for not being with his...
Don't have to say a damn word. California is a fucking shithole. And this guy cares more about Mr. Lopez, who was in freaking illegal alien who came to this country illegally, had 35 years to fix it and didn't, had all of Barack Obama to fix it and didn't, saw Donald Trump #1, then had Biden, had 4 years to fix it and didn't, and now he's gone back home. I don't feel sorry for these people. You knew what was coming, and you did nothing. You knew it. Didn't do a damn thing. Do not feel sorry for you. What's up? Lean back. What's up, Lily? How y'all doing? We started a little early today.
Agreements with these countries where they are helping to facilitate housing.
It was a nonviolent crime, Secretary.
But then he...
I don't give a shit. It was a crime. I don't care if he laundered money. He still committed a crime. He came here illegally. He committed a crime. Well, that's maybe.
Gets the chance to come back the right way. Now that he's waited until he's been detained and deported, he will never get the chance to come back to the United States.
It was a
I wish that
nonviolent.
he would have made the right decision and decided to go home to help.
I know, I know. So I did this because there's a friend of mine that wants to play a game with me later today, and I did not want to leave y'all with 2 weeks of not having a stream. I feel like I feel like y'all earned that. So I just started a little early, 2 hours, just 2 hours, 2.5 really, if you think about what time it was scheduled for. But again, I don't really think Noam has done a bad job as DHS secretary. I think that this is probably part of a deal to get funding again. And I think this is a mistake. I don't think she has not done a bad enough job to get fired. Now, if it is actually a promotion and he wants her on that board of whatever it is, then that's a different story. Absolutely a different story. But if this is actually a firing being disguised as that, then risk it. How long until she starts her stream? Okay, I'm going to send everyone over there in a few minutes. I'm waiting to find out. 53 Democrats. What is this? So an hour ago, the U.S. House held a vote to reaffirm that Iran is the world's #1 sponsor of terrorism, and 53 Democrats voted no. This was the vote. 215 Republicans, 3 did not vote, which either means they weren't there or they just decided not to vote. 157 Democrats said yes, 53 said no, 2 voted present, 2 did not vote. These are the ones, so at least you know where these people stand. These are the ones that I would be more concerned about. And this person's right. Imagine hating Trump so much that you end up defending a terrorist regime that literally kills women for showing their hair. Oh, and also let's remember that, and again, this is what blows my mind. This shows the dichotomy of the dumbassery of liberals and Democrats. Democrats were protesting against ICE a month ago because ICE officers killed 2 Americans. Iran has killed thousands of their citizens in the last month, and the Democrats are siding with Iran. Make it make sense. Why they just don't fucking get it. Did I use it correctly? I just used it because it worked. Exactly. Anything to go against Trump. Anything so that they can be anti-Trump. Now, guys, don't forget, I'm going to be on XCast tomorrow with X-Wing and Joe Rosie might be there. I don't know. I think she's out of town, but I cannot remember. Okay. Let's finish this off. We're going to finish off with James Tallarico again. This is the Charlie Kirk Show. R.I.P. Thank you, Marianne. I'm really enjoying it too. It's been a lot of fun. We've only done 2 episodes so far, but I'm hoping, or well, no, I think we've done 3 episodes. I don't remember. But I'm hoping it's a lot of fun. Let's listen to this. This is Steve Toth. He's the guy that just beat out Dan Crenshaw 2 nights ago.
62 Democrats joined 21 Republicans to give us the Speaker of the House. So 3/4, 2/3, 20, 2/3, 2/3 Democrat, 1/3 Republican. That coalition of Democrats runs the Texas House. So when I put forth legislation to secure our elections, it gets killed by the Democrats. When I put forth legislation to end the social transition of children, it gets killed by the Democrats. It's evil. Tellerico is part of that group. I served with James Tellerico from 2019 through to today. This guy is as evil as they come. There is a darkness to this man's life that if you doubt that there's a wickedness and an evil and a demonic presence in the world, you only have to look at James Tellerico. He is an awful, awful person. Awful person.
Damn. And that's who the Democrats are siding with. Now, the thing that I find most annoying about that is this just goes further to show. Someone tell Wicked to let me redirect to her. One of the biggest lies, or I guess lies, one of the biggest things I had to kind of understand about politics that I thought was that I didn't think was true 15 years ago was that all of these people, they're friends. I won't say all. A good number of them are friends. And they want to hang out with their friends. They like that they get to hang out with their friends every day. And for a lot of them, they don't see the R or the D. Wasp, you have a great day. Great night. I hope work doesn't keep killing you. I appreciate you being here. A lot of them do not see this craziness that D's have or R's have. They just see it as I get to hang out with my friend. And they like to make us think that they're anti whatever the other group is, but they're not. And you see it so much more in local and state politics. And the reason is because they're able to kind of hide behind, oh, that's a federal issue. We're different. We're just the state reps. We're just the state Senate. We're not going over these as crazy or as insane things as the federal government is. So we're just a little more friendly with each other. And they're not. So many of them agree on the same shit. And that's what's the most terrifying about all of this, is that they've basically managed to lie to everyone for 40 years. Well, guys, that's it. Holy crap, someone donated 50 memberships over there. That's insane. In a good way. Holy crap. Let me see if she let me do this yet. Refresh. Redirect. Nope. Oh, well. Yep. Go hang out with Wicked. I tried. Well, let me do it. I'm going to try to do a video tomorrow. If I don't have a video tomorrow, we will. I hand to God, promise videos will be back next week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is what I'm going to try to do. Peace out.